Yeah, toward the end of the year in 2024, immediately before and after the election, you were nonstop hearing about this new cultural vibe shift, an anti-woke vibe shift. And I think it reached such a fever pitch at this point that it has gone corporate. Anti-woke messaging has gone corporate. And the latest example of this vibe shift in full swing is a video posted by WatchMojo. You probably remember WatchMojo. They're not as relevant as they used to be. They were kind of in the sphere of like BuzzFeed, Clever News. They basically posted top 10 videos. Top 10 movies that will make you cry. I don't know. Like, it's just top 10 anything.
It's the most normie thing ever.
Yeah, it's the most normie content you could possibly find on YouTube for the last 10 years. And suddenly they come out with a video like this, with Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman in the thumbnail, titled 10 Movies That Went Woke and Failed. And people were shocked to see a channel so normie friendly and so apolitical as WatchMojo suddenly become anti-woke and use such politically divisive framing for a video. And then promptly after receiving tons of backlash, WatchMojo changed their video title, and now when you look at it, it has a title saying 10 movies that tried too hard and failed. So they went back on it really quickly.
Here's the original. Top 10 movies that went woke.
The implication being that Wonder Woman 1984 is one of the movies that went woke and failed.
Are they saying that the sexual assault of a man is woke?
There were other things that were mentioned about Wonder Woman 1984, but not that storyline. There were other things mentioned. But here's their description. From failed reboots to disappointing sequels, Hollywood's attempts at modernizing beloved franchises haven't always landed well with audiences. Join us as we examine some notable box office disappointments that prioritized social messaging over storytelling and fan service. Our countdown includes films like the female-led Ghostbusters reboot, Wonder Woman's divisive sequel, and Marvel's latest cosmic adventure. And someone commented on this on Twitter saying, if you needed an indicator of how the cultural climate has changed for the worse, WatchMojo, the safest, blandest, most corporatized channel on all of YouTube, deciding that anti-woke grifting is a worthwhile direction to take their channel is a genuinely worrying sign. So I don't know who should be worried at this point. The woke people who are sad that corporations are embracing anti-wokeness, or the anti-woke people who just saw them backtrack in real time as soon as people push back on it. Like, where are we at right now?
It could just be, I literally was like, wonder if ChatGPT just wrote that title for them.
Probably.
Yeah.
They actually hire voice actors to deliver the scripts on these top 10 ranking videos, and I was thinking I would do a much better job at it than the guy that they hired.
Oh, you would.
We should actually listen to it, starting at when they address Snow White, the most recent example in the video.
Here we go.
It was a runner-up.
Snow White. Bet you didn't expect to see this one here.
I was thinking the same thing.
Many
okay.
Disney fans aren't thrilled with the live-action remakes of recent years. We're looking at you, Mulan. But seriously, has any movie in history been more vehemently disliked before even hitting theaters?
This is our kingdom, and now we're here to take it back.
You were saying?
2025 Snow White was mired in controversy from the start, beginning with the casting of a non-white actress as a character, described as having skin white as snow. It didn't take long for—
Like, it actually is shocking that they made
that they addressed the racial controversy.
That is shocking.
Audiences to point out a slew of additional issues with the movie's plot, effects, and deviations from its source material.
You know, I really don't remember you being this
opinionated.
In fact, Snow White's IMDb rating tanked due to review bombing, prompting a
See, they're playing both sides. They're going to blame it on review bombing, but they're also going to call it a woke movie that went broke.
disclaimer about unusual voting activity. Certainly not a contender for fairest of them all.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest one of all?
Number 2, Wonder Woman 19.
Do we want to just watch the rest of the top 3?
If you want to hear about the top 3.
Patty Jenkins' 2017 blockbuster was met with thunderous acclaim. Expectations for the 2020 sequel were sky high. And
That's because it fell into George Lucas syndrome, where they just let her do whatever she wanted in Wonder Woman 1984, and they didn't realize that she needed to have somebody kind of holding the reins, much like they did in the 2017 one. When you get surrounded by yes men, everything falls apart.
Right.
boy, were audiences disappointed.
I should probably go and figure out how a stone brought my boyfriend back.
That's because that's not him!
Someone else's body.
Outside of performances by leading ladies Gal Gadot and Kristen Wiig, viewers found little to enjoy in Wonder Woman 1984. Some felt its messaging was heavy-handed and overshadowed the story, while others criticized its convoluted plot and sluggish pacing.
He's great, but all I see is you.
The film grossed around $169 million worldwide, against a reported $200 million budget, resulting in major financial losses. Not that the COVID-19 pandemic did it any favors. Gadot's badassery notwithstanding, lightning didn't strike twice here.
You must be the hero.
And then the number 1
Only
on this
you can
list
say
was
fine about our latest
Ghostbusters 2016, which is
Yes.
predictable.
Yes.
Obviously, that's the number
Busters.
1.
That's kind of the start of it all.
Was it?
A lot of people consider that to be the start of it all. You should never remake that song.
Yeah,
This
that was
reboot
awful.
faced backlash long before it hit theaters. The cast, including comedic heavyweights Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Wiig,
I feel like
brought their
sorry,
A-game.
This was the first time, and I was in high school, that I heard about people hating a movie so much that it made me want to go see it in theaters, and that's what I did.
Did it work?
It worked on me. I went and hate-watched a movie in the movie theater.
Well, unfortunately, that is not a tactic. Unfortunately, that probably is something they started to bank on, and
Right.
it didn't work long term.
Most people are not willing to do that.
No.
But it wasn't enough to save the movie from criticism over its perceived wokeness. Many fans saw the
I
all-female
even hear derision in his voice at the idea of
Wokeness.
having to use that word.
lineup as forced, and felt
Look,
the film
a
leaned too
paycheck is a
heavily into the
paycheck.
feminist factor.
Again, he's not Jodie Foster. He's not the Jodie Foster of voice acting. He doesn't get to pick and choose what
Actually,
voice roles he chooses.
These were the rest of the movies that were listed before Snow White. So Men in Black International, released in 2019.
Which was just a bad movie.
I haven't seen it. Charlie's Angels reboot. Elizabeth Banks kind of backtracked on inserting feminist messaging later on.
Gave me one of my favorite moments ever from Clownfish TV, so I'll always be thankful for them for that.
Was that
Oh no, I'm sorry.
no,
that was
Terminator,
That was Terminator Dark Fate,
which was
sorry.
also in the list.
Yes.
The Marvels in 2023. Wait, wasn't that 2024? Am I losing my mind?
2023.
Wow. The Hustle, released in 2019. I didn't even know about this, but it was Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson in a female-led reboot of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Barf.
Yep.
Tomb Raider 2018. What Men Want, which is just... I hate knowing that they rebooted that. I wasn't even aware that they made a What Men Want.
Yeah.
And it's a really good idea. Like, you could definitely make that work if men were involved in writing the script.
Yep.
But, yeah. And then Terminator Dark Fate.
Yep.
Trauma.
If you're gonna watch a Terminator movie that isn't one or two, please watch not that one.
That's funny. All of these comments are like, we saw the original title, Watch Mojo, you ain't slick.
You're not slick.
We saw you there before you went back on it. You were caught. You were caught red-handed trying to make money off of the anti-woke vibe shift, and you didn't get away with it this time.
If you're gonna watch a Terminator movie that isn't one or two, watch Salvation or Terminator: The Sarah Connor Chronicles television show. I don't know where you can find that now. Perhaps on Tubi.
Definitely.
I don't know where you can
Tubi
find
has
it.
a wide selection these days.
But you'll have to watch those. Don't watch Genesis and don't watch Dark Fate. That is for sure. All right. The fact
comment
is,
says, pathetic attempt at covering the original title of this video. What a creatively bankrupt channel. As if Watch Mojo, basically a listicle farming website, was like creatively known for like its originality, its integrity. Like nobody thought Watch Mojo was like
it's not the same
the
as
pinnacle of intellectual commentary.
It's not like it was an honest trailer, which was actually pretty clever in the
Yeah.
beginning, or even everything
That
wrong
required
with.
like real thought.
Yeah. If you're wondering how people took it, it has been downvoted more than it has been upvoted. 2.4K downvotes to just 2,000 upvotes.
Would you downvote?
I don't watch Mojo anymore. It would feel like a betrayal of my current self. You can't go back. You can't go back to a different time. It would be like watching Matthew Santoro 50 amazing facts to blow your mind now. Actually, maybe I will go back. I think he's still making videos. Maybe I'll try that out.
I'm always going to wish that I graduated college in 2013 and started working at BuzzFeed. Like, that would have so been me.
That would have been very...
The internet landscape has just evolved past those times, so...
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.